Okay, Keith, are you ready?
Ready.
Hey guys, welcome back to Vibrations and Libations. I'm James.
I'm Keith.
And we're tonight listening to Black Sabbath, Master of Reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a kick-ass album we're listening to here tonight.
We're doing a bit of a theme this time. Kind of did a couple themes last time, but we got Master of Reality, and right now Sweet Leaf is playing.
Yes.
As you all probably know and can guess, Sweet Leaf is about marijuana.
Marijuana, pot.
And so the beer tonight is Goodwood Hemp Gose.
Gose. Tomato.
Wherever you are in the world, you say it differently, but it's like a German style beer. What is it, James? Help me out. German style sours.
Yeah, sour.
Never had one?
I've had a couple of sours. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I've never had this tonight. And it's got hemp.
Hemp, right.
So we're going to check it out.
The Sweet Leaf, Master of Reality, hemp. We're drinking marijuana here tonight, folks.
We'll see how this goes.
So, Master of Reality is Black Sabbath's third studio album. They put it out in 1971.
Yeah, 1971. I was surprised in getting ready for this video that this was their only top 10 album.
Number 8 on the charts, I believe.
Yeah.
I was shocked as well. I mean, Paranoid's so great.
Yeah, Paranoid's an awesome album.
Even Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking great.
Yeah. Paranoid, I mean, all the songs that's on that I know Black Sabbath by. That was what I first started listening to Black Sabbath was my uncle's Paranoid cassette. My first taste of Black Sabbath. And so I don't know, maybe that's because, maybe the reason I think that way is because that was the first album I listened to by them. But, I mean, this was their biggest album hit in the States, at least. So, I don't know. It was a different time, different era, I guess. I missed out on a lot of stuff. But
great tracks on this one, too.
Yeah, there are. So, some of the tracks on this, of course, Sweet Leaf is on here. After Forever, Children of the Grave, kick-ass song.
Oh, man.
That song, that's an awesome song. I also like Solitude. I'll get into my thoughts on Solitude here in a little bit. But
Solitude, I'm a huge fan of Solitude.
Yeah, it's an awesome song. So if you've never listened to Master of Reality, like me, I hadn't listened to it until we decided we were going to do this album for Vibrations and Libations. I had heard songs off of the album, didn't know they were on this album. Once I started listening to this album, I've probably listened to it 9-10 times since we decided to do this, and it's going to be in my rotation probably because I don't have the album. I'm going to have to get it.
Yeah.
So thanks again for introducing me to something I didn't have, and now I've got to go freaking find it and get it.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. It's the joy of music right there.
I'll have you listening to better stuff than Milli Vanilli in no time.
Oh, Milli Vanilli. Well, I'll never be able to live that down.
No,
never ever. It's on the internet forever.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a fun video to do. Hey,
it was fun.
It was.
I got to get on the soapbox and rant a little bit about how bad they suck.
All right, so you want to talk about any particular song on this album before I go into it, or you want to pour some beer? Or what
Let's
do you want
pour
to do?
this fucking beer,
Let's pour
James.
the beer. All right. So again, it's Hemp Gose, made by Goodwood, and again from Louisville, Kentucky.
Right,
It's
Louisville.
right up the road.
Homegrown beer.
Homegrown.
Kentucky last year legalized hemp in Kentucky. You have to get a permit to be able to grow it, but
Really?
maybe it's homegrown hemp. You never know.
Okay, so I'm going to try and pour this beer without fucking this one up like I have in the previous videos here. As Keith says, it's not a stout, so I kind of have to baby it a little bit.
If you don't pour this one right, from now on, I think I'm gonna have to pour James beer for him.
You might have to. That's a little better. It's a little better.
Barely better, James.
Come on, man. Jeez, and it's in a can. Shit. Now,
Let's put them side by side, James.
All right. Now, if you were watching a beer commercial, which one would be on the beer commercial? Mine.
Hey, comment down below. Feel free to give James hell for how he pours a beer.
Hey, guess what? I'm still going to drink it, so I
I've
don't really
got
give a shit.
my whole can of beer in there in one pour.
Hey, mine's in there too. It's in there. It took me 2 pours, but it's in there.
Better showcase the can up here.
Yeah, let's showcase the can. It's a neat can. The silver on the top, the bright red, the wood grain on it. I like it.
I believe the wood grain is a theme with them. You know, the Goodwood, the name.
Mm-hmm.
I think they age all of their beers in a wooden barrel.
Yes.
Not like a, you know, like there's bourbon barrel beers where they're aged in bourbon barrels, give them that bourbon flavor. But this, it's not a bourbon barrel. I mean, they do a bourbon barrel.
Right. Yeah, they do. And I've had that, and it's an acceptable beer. I like that. I think I also read they use limestone water.
Yeah.
Filtered.
Well, that's
from a limestone.
I believe Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville gets all of its water from the spring.
Yeah.
Like they're like well known for how their quality of water.
Right.
Like people come from all around.
Right.
They have a pretty cool like old time water plant there too. But anyway,
You used to live in Louisville, didn't you?
Yeah.
For a few years.
Yeah, just a little more than a year.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So the song that's on right now, hopefully you can hear this, is "After Forever." I've got to just go ahead and say this, and then I'll taste the beer. I've been dying to say this for about a week now.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. So before I say this, I just want everyone to know that whenever I get a hard time for this, I'm not the only person who thought of this.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a nice little hook in this song, the guitar. It sounds just like the Friends theme song. You know, Monica, Joey, all those guys.
Yeah.
And it kicks in, and I thought, that's the theme song from Friends.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm
now.
talking about.
But
it's a little different.
it's a lot different though, James.
It's a little different.
There's some
It's a little different.
They probably
Here it comes.
They hit some.
No, not yet. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think it passed.
It'll come back.
Okay.
It'll come back. But
All right.
okay. So again, I'm not the only person in the world who thinks this. I have to give a shout out to a guy on YouTube. His name is Matt Rennick. And when I looked this up, I typed in "I'll Be There For You" and Black Sabbath After Forever. Typed that in. First video was Matt's video, and it's basically the introduction montage to Friends with this song playing over that video.
So who was the band that did the Friends intro? Because they totally
The Rembrandts, maybe?
They totally
Possibly.
those motherfuckers stole it from Black Sabbath. So
It's possible.
it makes that song cool by association
does.
because I mean Sabbath.
And this is an awesome song. I mean, it really is. But when I first heard it, I was like, that's the Friends theme song.
If you listen to After Forever, listen to the lyrics. I was listening to this album the other day, and I was like, that is a Christian rock song.
Mm-hmm.
It is totally. I mean, it's talking about Christ is the only way,
Yeah.
and God is the answer, and
Sure.
and everything. I mean, it's very direct. They even got criticism for it being so on the nose because Sabbath, you know, Sabbath, they're devil worshippers.
Sure.
That was their thing back then. I mean, they were hit pretty hard over it, and Geezer Butler wrote most of the lyrics on this album. I think Tony Iommi is credited for this song, but that's not the truth. The truth is Geezer wrote the songs, and he is a Catholic to this day, and I think he was a little bit upset with the stigma they got.
Yeah.
It has to do with their sound and how they dressed, all in black, and
Yeah.
they kind of ran with the theme a little bit though. So
Yeah, I mean, you know, once you've kind of made it and you're in a thing, I mean, you know, you just go with it, and then
roll with it. It worked for Ozzy even still today.
absolutely.
But Ozzy still has religious themes. Like people were talking about. I was looking at comments on YouTube on this song, and they were talking about, make up your mind, Ozzy. Is God dead or is God the answer? Because that's what it says in the lyrics. But you know, that song God is Dead, I went and I listened to that, and he's kind of questioning, you know, people who claim to be religious, and you know, is God dead because we forgot what he means?
Sure.
Kind kind of like that. Well, that's my interpretation of that song.
Right.
Well, let's talk about the beer.
Let's talk about the beer. I'm gonna taste this beer here. You know, surprisingly, it's not as, I guess, sour. I mean, it'll. Do you think it's kind of dry?
Well, I like the description on the website. It has
yes, you have to read this. Read this.
Tart with a dash of dank. So
A dash of dank. Just sprinkle it on there a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So this, I mean, tart is a good way of describing it.
Yep.
It's a little bit of fruit there, and you know, I get a lot of malt with it, but you know, it's described as a sour, and I do get a little sour.
Yeah.
But it's not bad sour.
Right. If you go to Goodwood Brewing Company's website and you click on the beer tab, this was the first beer that popped up whenever I did that, and here's their full description of this beer. Like he said, tart with a dash of dank. It's slightly salty, nice and tart with a dash of dank. The shrub-touched Gose, or Gose, however you want to pronounce it, is unlike any other you've had before. Our interpretation of this German-style sour beer is a crisp, light, and refreshing. The malt body complements the tartness of the brew, and the hemp adds a light herbal aroma and a slight funk on the finish. I like that.
And I agree with the slight funk on the finish. There is a little bit of funk there, but it's not bad.
It's not.
Excuse me.
No, it's not. I think whoever wrote this description, if you're watching, you need to be put in for a raise or something at Goodwood, because that is an awesome description for a beer.
Reading the description made me want to try the beer when I was looking for a hemp brew, and then, you know, reading it again now, I was like reinvigorated. I was pumped for the tasting. I was like, man, this is gonna be cool. And it is. There's a lot going on in this beer.
There is. Yeah.
And it's different than any beer I've ever tried before. But you know,
this will be a good summertime beer. I think. I mean, it's hot outside. You're sweating your balls off. Open up one of these and drink it. Yeah. I think it'd be good. I think it'd be really good for summer.
This is, you know, I'm not a big fan of hard ciders. They're way too sweet. But when it first hits the tongue, it's kind of a ciderish taste to me, and it's like, oh no, it's a cider, and then you immediately get that beer flavor.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. So the percentage on this is 5.12%, and then the IBUs is 11. I would think that maybe it would be a little bit more than that, but it's not. And it's not bitter, really.
No.
It's sour.
Yep.
It's probably the better sour that I've ever tried. I'm not a big fan of sours, but this one I can do. I can do this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
It's nice and crisp, just like it says.
A little bit of dank.
Yep.
I like that too.
It's even slightly salty. Best beer description ever.
Yes. All right, so back to the album. Favorite song. Songs.
My favorite song is actually playing. Children of the Grave.
This is your favorite one?
Oh my God. I think, man, for my all-time favorite Sabbath songs, it's in between Fairies Wear Boots, and I had to listen to Fairies Wear Boots today because I've been jamming out on Children of the Grave, and man, those drums in Children of the Grave, it's like a sense of urgency, you know? It's just like something's wrong, but this song is about love and peace. Children of the Grave, it sounds ominous, but man, every song on this album is about love, peace, or God, and they're hippies.
Yeah, pretty much. My favorite song on this album is honestly probably Solitude.
Really?
And here's why, because it sounds so much like a Moody Blues song with the flutes and the flute in it and stuff, and the way the lyrics are saying, and it's just kind of a mellowed out song.
It's so different.
It is.
It doesn't even sound like Ozzy singing.
Nope.
They have a little bit of delay on his voice, so it sounds like a multi-track. But Tony Iommi, he plays guitar, piano, and flute. So he's the one doing all the weaving the magic that you like there.
Yeah, it's an awesome song. I love. I'm a huge fan of the Moody Blues. I think Keith is a fan of Moody Blues too. I've seen them a few times. I've yet to see them. Hopefully one day I'll be able to see them. But it is. I was listening to this. Like I said earlier, I'd never listened to this album all the way through, and I was like, "Am I listening to Moody Blues? Is this a Moody Blues song?" It just kind of got thrown in on the Spotify when I was listening to it, and no, sure enough, it was Black Sabbath. I would have never thought it.
So mine goes Children of the Grave, which, by the way, if you like Stone Sour, even if you don't like Stone Sour, they do a cover of Children of the Grave on Meanwhile in Burbank, and I have this EP, and they're all covers. They do a Alice in Chains cover, Sabbath, a few. They do a Kiss cover, Better Than Kiss.
I would hope so.
And but anyway, Stone Sour does a great job covering this song.
Yeah.
And they just nailed it. But anyway, Into the Void is my second favorite song on it, and then Solitude.
And then Solitude.
Yeah.
Mine are Solitude, and then Children of the Grave, and then Sweet Leaf.
Sweet Leaf.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Sweet Leaf too. Yeah. I mean, I love them all, but Into the Void just has that riff in there, that guitar. Mm-hmm. It's just another real good jam.
So the beer, Goodwood, could you do this every day? Could you do it a couple times a week? I'm going to stop that.
Yeah, I'm going to flip it.
Flip it.
Could I do the Goodwood a couple times? Hell yeah, I could. I could, like you said, I could drink a 6-pack at a barbecue or something like that.
Yeah.
It'd be fantastic. It'd be good with a burger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like the Boddingtons that we did last week. This would be great. On a little cooler. You're out in an outdoor concert. Kick back a few of these. Somebody's gonna look at it and say, "What are you drinking?" I'm like, "I'm drinking this Goodwood. It's a Hemp Gose." And they're gonna say, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a Hemp Gose." With hemp? I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah. Gose, it sounds so dainty, but
it does. It really does.
Pinky out when you drink this one, folks. But man, it's such an interesting flavor.
It is. It kind of reminds me of a beer with some sweet tarts in it.
Maybe.
That's just me. But
going into what is it? Zima territory right there. You gonna put some Jolly Ranchers in your beer?
No, I'd never ruin a Jolly Rancher like that. Especially a green apple Jolly Rancher. Those were my favorite. And the watermelon.
Yeah.
I like the watermelon Jolly Ranchers too. I won't put a Jolly Rancher in my beer. It won't happen. All right, so what else have we got about the beer or the album?
I don't know. I don't have much else to say about it other than it's badass. Let's rate it.
That's what I was fucking going to say. Let's rate it. Okay, album first. Rate it.
5.
5?
5 out of 5.
I'm going to give it a 4 because I like Paranoid better.
Because you like Paranoid better.
Yeah.
And
so for Black Sabbath albums, that's what I'll give it.
Well, like we discussed on Zeppelin 4, Paranoid's got a lot of radio hits on it.
That's true. That's true.
That are played in the ground. This, I mean, you might hear Sweet Leaf on the radio these days. Children of the Grave, maybe. But the rest, you're not going to hear this. It'll be fresh to you. When you listen to this, when you pull it out, it's still fresh. So that's why it gets a 5 for me over Paranoid.
Paranoid has fairies has boots. Fairies wear boots.
Right, and that is badass.
That's my favorite song on the whole album on Paranoid.
Oh, it is mine.
I love that song.
I love it too.
I love it. And they've got one of the best names of a song on that album, Rat Salad.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell are these guys thinking? Oh, the fairies are wearing boots and there's some rat salad. Let's eat it. My best British accent that I can do, but I mean, those guys were,
You ought to be able to do a better one with that mustache.
I should. Sorry, guys. Sorry to disappoint. Okay, so 5 on the album. I'm giving it a 4. Rate the beer?
The beer? I'll give it a 4.
I'll give it a 4 also.
Yeah. I give it a 4 because I'm so surprised. I didn't know what to expect out of the flavor. I mean, I read, beer descriptions all the time, and I never agree with them. There's barely anything I agree in them, and they're always so pretentious and everything. But this one is super fun and very accurate.
Yeah, very accurate.
Yeah.
Again, whoever wrote this description, you need a raise, because that was the best thing I've read all day long.
Right.
So, what would Donnie Alvey think of this beer?
Donnie Alvey, I don't know. He may like it, may not.
You may have to save him one.
I'll save him one. Donnie Alvey, you got a beer bought for you.
I hope you enjoy it.
Yep.
So we didn't forget him this time.
We didn't forget him.
Perhaps Donnie Alvey will be on a video one day. I can finally meet this man, the myth.
He's so elusive, though, man. He may not be worthy.
I understand. We can pixelate his face out or something like that if he doesn't want to be on.
Right.
Disguise his voice.
Maybe we'll catch him out in public or something and he'll have to be on.
All right, so we've rated the album. We've rated the beer. Anything else you've got, Keith?
I've got nothing else.
I've got nothing else either. So until next time, thanks for watching. I'm James.
I'm Keith.
And we hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to subscribe, click the like button. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. We post stuff on there all the time, so be sure and check that out. Again, thanks for watching. Goodbye.